Hey friends, my name is Chad Rupp. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I grew up in Milwaukee. I've been influenced by the greats of my town, Jim Mesi, Paul DeLay, Linda Hornbuckle. The greats of my town have been the ones that made me want to do music. My mentors are DK Stewart and Kenny Blu-ray. Amazing, wonderful musicians that I hope that stay remembered. I try to keep their memories alive by continuing and using their skills and the things that they taught me every time that they sat with me. I lead a band called Chad Rupp and the Sugar Roots, and my friend Timber Blakely and I run a record label called Lightning in a Bottle Records, and we have about 20 artists right now, national artists that we are producing and creating recordings from. Including Miss V, who was on our label for quite a while there as we got it started up, and we have a lot of amazing talent. But anyway, my heart is in this music thing. It's what I do. I don't do it for the money. I do it because it brings me the most joy, and it helps other people to get the healing that they need and change their attitudes and let somebody know that they have somebody that feels just like they do. In this musical adventure that I've been on here in Portland, I have been around for about 30 years, and in the last 3 years, though, I've gotten my recording boots on, and I've done 3 recordings. The first recording is called The Sugar Roots, Savage's Life, an album that I wrote in a very short period of time, and it achieved national acclaim on charts. And then after that, the next year I did another album called The Devil Won't Get You. And I write about things that are autobiographical for me, the events and the people that I meet in my life. That's where I land in my writing. It makes for easy subject matter. And of course, when you're writing blues and soul songs, there's all kinds of riffs that you can land on. It's not hard for you to write over those kinds of things. So I've been pretty prolific over the last 3 years, and I'm just now releasing today Gate C23 from Chad Rupp and the Sugar Roots. Three cover tunes that I've got on there are ones that are meaningful to me. One from Paul DeLay, $14 in the Bank, and one from a man named Roland Stone, who sang a song that my friend DK Stewart used to do all the time, and really brings a lot to my heart when I hear it. And I really wanted to sing it and do a tribute to my friend. And the last one is Blind, Crippled, and Crazy, which is by Memphis great Ovi Wright. But anyway, that's me. That's me in a nutshell. I play guitar and harmonica and piano, but I'm probably most known for my voice and leopard print that I'm wearing on right now.
Can you share how you first got started in music and what inspired you to pursue a music career?
As far as the music career went, I didn't know that that's what I wanted to do my whole life. But when I was younger, I got into hair metal. I was trying to do the Bon Jovi thing, right? You know, I wanted to do that thing. And then my brother introduced me to Stevie Vaughan. He says, "Oh, you want to learn how to play some blues? You should learn how to play like this." And after that, he introduced me to a lot of stuff. So I'd have to say my brother Greg Rupp has probably been the main trigger for me learning how to play music and playing guitar. And it's just something that I picked up and loved after that.
Okay. And do you have any memorable or standout experiences from performing live that you'd like to share?
Oh, well, performing at the last 3 Waterfront Blues Festivals is definitely the highlight of my career. I'm doing some traveling and touring now, and I'm going to land on other stages. But I have to say that the first time that I got to do it was humongous, and that was on the South Stage with my band, Chad Rupp and the Sugar Roots, over here. And then we came over here and we did the Lightning in a Bottle review. And at this stage that's right here, that's right behind us, and this year I had a great time on the front porch stage, which is I think that's my favorite stage of all of them, because you got all the people dancing out in front of you, and people interact with you, and that's the soul of what feeds us as musicians.
Right. And what has the recording process been like for you? Is there any interesting stories from the studio?
Well, I can tell you that the first album that I did, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. My very good friend Timmer Blakely, I don't know that he was ready to take on a dummy like me, but he sure did. He believed in me, and it's me. It's me. That's my buddy Timmer over there. We wrote music. I wrote music in a very short period of time. I did the first album, I wrote it in 2 weeks, and then we recorded it in like 2 weeks after that. It was so fast. That album charted. The next album after that, we developed a better technique at recording a lot of different stuff because we found the pitfalls in the first album. And now this third album, we totally avoided so many of the things that we had in the first, and it's been a growth experience, for all of us because my engineer is a cat named Timothy James, TJ Wong, another great artist, guitar player, songwriter, and singer. He's an angel. He's an angel. That's what we say about the people that we love with the great voices. But anyway. We all learned as we go, and part of being part of Lightning in a Bottle Records is that growth process. And we're growing other musicians, and we're growing ourselves, and learning our parts better and better every single time that we go about doing the process.
And which collaborations have been most significant or memorable for you?
Collaborations?
Yeah.
Well, everybody that's on my album, my albums are filled with amazing musicians, and the second album has got Lloyd Jones on it. It's got Miss V on it. Who else do I have in there? I mean, I'd have to go down I have to pull out the CD so I could look at the list again. But there are National Act cats and kittens on my stuff, and they are amazing. And I just can't even believe that I have the ability to gather those people and put them in one situation where we can all make it happen together,
And what have been some of the biggest challenges that you faced in your career, and how did you overcome them?
Man, the biggest challenge is money in this, and it's hard to keep steady work, in town, because once people have seen you in town, they're not as, they're not as like, and once they've seen you a dozen times, they probably aren't going to come and see you all the time, And it's a limited pool of people in town that go and listen to live music. And that's what I purvey. I purvey live music. And that's what's important to me, because that's how we actually carry it to the people, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, the payment for me in all of this is the look on somebody else's face, or the fact that somebody else will dance or move or sing my songs with me. That's so huge. That's where the magic is, man. But the challenges are definitely money, and I would have to say that we don't make enough money to call this a living. So we have to sacrifice. Some of us have to work all day long, then go do the gig. And I found out I had some money that I had put away. And the second that I started actually spending that money and doing the things that needed to be done, that's when albums start to appear. That's when people across the country start to hear you. And, that's what's important. If you want to get bigger, if you want to sell albums, or if you want to get festival gigs, you've really got to have the money to put into recording and make a good product so that those buyers will come and find you. And they'll say, oh, that's exactly who I want. That guy did exactly what I wanted on my stage, and that's how you do that. That's a challenge, though. I not having the money, that's probably the key challenge.
Yeah. How has your music evolved over the years, and what have been some of the key factors to that evolution?
Well, everything I write is autobiographical, so I guess I just write and do music that's according to my life. I'll tell you a story about me, or about my baby, or about a trip that I went on, or something funny that happened there. But you know, I think that the most pivotal stuff for me was the 1987 Rose City Blues Festival that happened here. It was the first blues festival. I saw Curtis Salgado sing, "You're Gonna Make Me Cry." And to me, I mean, it struck me. And then I saw Norman Sylvester and, you know, and his mentor, I can't remember his name, but Norman Sylvester and Paul DeLay, and there were so many wonderful acts that were down there that you know, I knew I wanted to do blues then, you know. I was 17 years old, 17. And I picked up a guitar and started working at it from there. That's pretty much that.
And besides your new CD, or is there any new upcoming projects you'd like to talk about?
That CD is pretty much the newest thing in my list, and it's called Gate C23. The title track is about me getting stuck in Dallas-Fort Worth International, and a sweet little old American Airlines concierge that saved my life and got me to Memphis on time. But there are 8 original songs on there that I wrote in 2 weeks, and then there are 3 cover tunes in there, tunes that meant a lot to me. $14 in the Bank by Paul DeLay, the Rolling Stone tune, She Is the One, and Blind, Crippled and Crazy. And yeah, they're all good hit music, good hit songs. I love the stuff we're writing. It's really good.
What advice would you give a young, inspiring musician who's just starting out, looking to make a name for themselves?
Well, if they're just starting out, if they're using electrical instruments, learn how to control your volume. I would have to say, keep your instruments in tune, and don't be afraid. You know, when you reach a stage, do it with all your boldness. Do it like there ain't nobody watching you. You know, because in the end, you know, there'll be people that are watching you, but really, you just do the thing that makes you the most, I don't know, like what I'm doing right now. You know, you wear nice clothes, you attract attention, you know, you set yourself, dress nicely. That's the biggest thing. That's the single biggest thing I want you to know. If you're a young musician, put on a nice suit. Don't fuck around, pardon my French. Don't mess around, seriously. Go out, spend the money, get fitted for a nice suit, get yourself a pair of badass boots and a matching belt, and smile every fucking place you go. Smile where you go. Don't be afraid of nobody. You're the lion. So don't forget that. That's what I want to say to the young ones.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts? I have to say, you know, thank God for all this music. And all these musicians, and if you're a musician, I'm your family, and if you're a musician, you're my family. That's what I got.
Thank you so much, Chad, for sitting down and giving me this time, bro.
You got it, man. Have a great one.